we have come. We have spent August, September, October, November, January, February, 5 grueling months trying to get this job done. 6 months, 5 months, whatever it is, we're down to one game. What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to the final edition of Meat on the 50 for the 2023-2024 NFL season. Yes, it is Super Bowl time. It is Super Bowl picks. I mean, one game to decide who is the best team of 2023-2024. So without further ado, let's start the show. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Super Bowl edition of Meat on the 50. Yes, we are down to one game, two teams, one day to decide who will be the best team of this NFL season. Hi, how's it going? I am Jacob Cutler, one half of the Sports Guys, and as always, joining me, he is the other half of the Sports Guys. He is one of my best friends. This is one of the biggest moments in his young life. Please put your hands together for Mr. Brandon Sullivan. Brandon, how are you doing, my friend? It is imminent. I mean, what's going through your mind? How's it going?
Yeah, huge weekend, obviously, for 49ers fans coming up. It's going to be electric. Obviously, just the moments here. I mean, it's been a long 2 weeks so far. We're just a few days away from seeing what happens in Las Vegas of all places. Everything was unknown at the end of the year last year. I mean, there was a lot of question marks, was Brock going to come back? Was he going to be okay from his injury? Was the team going to be deflated just after, a grueling loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship? Just the way everything ended last year, we just didn't know. And for us to be back to this point, and media day, obviously.
Drunk Kyle Shanahan. Great.
It was funny. Letting loose. I don't know if I have an opinion on it. I guess it doesn't really matter. A guy can have a couple cocktails, right? But
I think it instills confidence in me, dude. And that's what it instills in me.
Yeah.
Shanny balls came a little bit litty titty to media night.
Yeah, and obviously, just the stupid questions that they were asking people. I mean, asking Brock, are you ready to let Taylor Swift down? It's like, did you really? That's the question you're asking. And just the 49er faithful really showed up for the event. I don't know if you saw any of that, Jake,
it was crazy.
The
Bruce Buffer
for Brock Purdy, and obviously the booze for the Chiefs. And the 49ers, we know that the fans, they travel really well. We saw them in Denver. We were there, and we saw how many showed up, and they were there. And when I was in Minnesota, there was a ton. When I was in Arizona, obviously there was more Niner fans than Cardinal fans. They're just all over, and it just goes to test to how diehard these fans are for their team. I mean, it's just I mean, a lot of people like to say, I mean, there are definitely fair weather Niner fans. There's fair weather fans of every sport, but the Niners fans, I mean, like me, I'm not just, I'm just an average Joe, man. I'm out there. I'm trying to travel to see them every season, right? There's people out there that are going to every game that are like, oh yeah, I'm on the plane or I'm there, and they're like, I'm going to every single away game. So I expect the stadium to have more Niners fans for sure than Chiefs fans. I expect it to be primarily Niners fans because we're close to home. I mean, Vegas, hey, tickets have gone down, and I say they went from 8,000 to 4,000, but people in the Bay Area, they can afford that, man. And so, I could afford a ticket. If I really wanted to go to the Super Bowl this year, I could afford a ticket. I just, it's a lot to, I'd rather just, I'd from this year to going to Minnesota to see my team lose. It's tough to travel somewhere and kind of be stuck in that area when your team lost. So if I knew for a fact, like we were playing Rex Grossman and we're going to, you know what I mean? Or we're playing, where it's your team's not going to lose, then yeah. But I can't believe we're here, Jake.
We are here. We are here. I mean, we are just days away from the biggest sporting event in America. I mean, nothing compares to the Super Bowl. No. One game to decide who is number one. I mean, not much more you could ask for. 7-game series are great, but one and done when you push all the chips in the middle of the table and you got everything on the line. I mean, it's just something so much sweeter about getting that victory. So, I mean, here we go. Here we go. We got one game, and it's in Las Vegas. It's on Sunday. Depending on where you're at in America, it could start at 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, or 7:30. It depends. But we got a spectacle on our hands. Let's get into it. Our final game of the season has come down to the San Francisco 49ers. They are traveling to Vegas. They will be the away team this year, and they will be taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, who represent the AFC for a not consecutive time because of the Bengals, but for, I think, a 4th or 5th time out of 5 years. Patrick Mahomes, 4 out of 5 years. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes, 4th Super Bowl appearance in his 5-year career. Brock Purdy making his first Super Bowl appearance. San Francisco 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs. What do you got for me?
It's kind of crazy we're here because, I did not expect. I mean, let's go back to the playoffs. I mean, we got, obviously at, around, I mean, we'll go back even into like week 11, week 12. It was looking, Eagles were 10-1, Niners had lost 3 straight. It was looking like they were going to be the number 1 seed, and we were going to have to, at that point in time, have to travel there probably. I mean, given, that they lost 4 of their last 5 games and we were able to win every game or something like that, we were going to be able to, do so. Then, if it wasn't there, it was looking like we might have to go to Dallas, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't scared of either, but it just having to do those things, I was even worried going into Philly. Was it going to be too much for the Niners? Were they going to try too much to try to get revenge? All the way, just the way everything aligned for the 49ers, where it was the Eagles losing to the Cardinals, the Lions losing to the Cowboys in kind of a cheap way, because then we would have been tied and would have had to play that last game. Everything fell in our laps. To where it was. I mean, we Green Bay playing Dallas, blessing. Us losing to the Rams, blessing. Because here's my thing. I think, my opinion, I think that the Rams were the only team in the playoffs that were going to beat us. I thought that if we played the Rams, we were probably going to lose because they play each other tough.
Yep.
That the Rams know us.
Yep.
We would have went down 24-7 to the Rams. There's no way we would have come back. They have experience. Stafford Super Bowl, Sean McVay Super Bowl, Aaron Donald Super Bowl. I was very scared of them. For the Lions to knock them off did us a favor. Buccaneers knock off the Eagles, doing us a favor. Packers knocking off the Cowboys, doing us a favor. Us coming back from the Packers did ourselves a favor. Adversity, right?
Yeah.
And that is something that the 49ers did not face on their 2019 run to the Super Bowl. We mollywopped the Vikings. We destroyed the Green Bay Packers. There was no adversity that season. We were 13-3. The only adversity that we had was we had to beat Seattle in Seattle, which was a big thing. But Seattle, let's face it, we're not a good team that season. So, and we almost blew that game. Yeah. We were up by, I think, 10 in the fourth quarter. So look at it this way. We found a way to overcome adversity. Beating Green Bay, coming back from Detroit by 17 points. I think it was Kyle Juszczyk, or I can't remember. I think it was Kyle Juszczyk who said, we now know how to overcome those situations because we were in them. We can look back and say, hey, we've done this before, boys. And I think that potentially the Chiefs did us a favor by taking out the Baltimore Ravens, who are just a very bad matchup for the 49ers. We have not been able to beat them in several years.
Yeah.
Now the Chiefs, they're not the same team.
Definitely.
Last year they had Juju. Last time we played them, they had Frank. They had Frank Clark. They had Tyrann Mathieu.
Yep.
They have some defensive players. They're not the same team, though. They're not that same explosive team. I think Isaiah Pacheco's good, but I don't think he's a Damian Williams good. I think that Travis Kelce is not the tight end that he was. I still think that they have that amazing connection, but he's still not prime Travis Kelce anymore. He's getting older. I think that their line, I think that they're going to be missing either their right or left guard. It says it's a long shot that he's going to play. I don't like their receiving core. I really don't. Aside from Rashee Rice, I mean, Tony's trash. I think MVS is iffy. They drop a lot of balls, right? They don't have Eric Bieniemy. I mean, it's going to be up to Spags, right, on that defense, but they're just not the same team. And if you're asking me, Jake, who I'd rather play, it would definitely be the Chiefs over the Baltimore Ravens because we saw what the Ravens did to the 49ers. I'm just saying, we saw. Brock Purdy's never played. So have we lost to the Chiefs? Correct.
Yes.
But has Brock Purdy played the Chiefs? No. So that is my thing. We were up 20-10 in the Super Bowl in 2019. Teams were similar, but I think that the Chiefs have kind of downgraded a little bit.
Yep.
I think the Niners have upgraded.
I like it.
Because of their addition of Brock Purdy. So here is my thing. The 49ers were up 20-10 with 7 minutes remaining. And the question I have for you is if Brock Purdy was in there with 7 minutes and 43 seconds remaining, 20-10, do we lose that game?
Oh, well, Brock Purdy's not missing a wide open Emmanuel Sanders. That would have ended the game. So, no.
So, and here it is. Brandon Ayuk, upgrade from Emmanuel Sanders. True or false?
True. Definitely true.
Christian McCaffrey, upgrade from Raheem Mostert. True or false?
True.
Trent Williams, upgrade from Joe Staley. True or false?
That's true. Yeah. Well, Joe Staley's a Hall of Famer. We'll see. But Trent Williams, Hall of Famer. Yep. Definitely.
Trent Williams is a better left tackle.
Yeah.
Joe Staley everywhere. And I love Joe Staley, but come on. Even Joe Staley's going to tell you he ain't. Trent Williams will probably go down as the greatest left tackle in NFL history.
Yeah, he's good.
And our secondary, now, I believe I'm taking Charvarius Ward over Richard Sherman. I am. I love Rich, but Charvarius Ward, younger, old Richard Sherman. Younger Richard Sherman, no, but old Richard Sherman on 2019, 2020 Richard Sherman. I'm taking my Charvarius Ward. That's what I'm doing. And if Chase Young can get to the quarterback, Chase Young is an upgrade having the line that we have now is an upgrade over what we had, because
Definitely.
I believe we had DJ Jones and DeForest Buckner. Now we have Javon Hargrave. We kept Armstead and we added Chase Young. These boys have been there. They know how hard it is to get back. And Kinlaw, Javon's playing a great. I got to give Javon, because I was a little hard on him. But you know what? It's going to be a tough one. It's going to come down to the final stretch. But I got a statistic for you, Jake.
Okay.
I got a question for you.
Here we go.
How many games? Give me just guess the record. When the 49ers scored 20 points or more with Brock Purdy as their quarterback. Just guess the record.
We'll go 15-0.
20-0.
Okay, there we go.
49ers have not lost a game when when the 49ers score 20 or more points with Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Okay, I like it.
So it's going to be, oh man. I'm just hoping, man, third time's a charm, because 4 years old, Steve Young, didn't get to witness it. Don't remember anything. Mom said I was there, or, grandpa said I was there, whatever. Don't remember. Don't know it.
Yeah.
Didn't really get into football till I was about 8. Steve McNair, all that. Jeff Garcia, and then Steve Young at the very back end of his career. Ravens, heartbreak. Chiefs 4 years ago, heartbreak. Longest drive ever from the Beta Sac. It was terrible. Please, Brock, I beg of you. Yeah. You are the one missing piece that everybody has counted out and for some reason cannot stand you. I don't know why that is. You're the most humble. You are the epitome of what I would want at quarterback to represent my team. There is no better person that I would want than Brock Purdy to represent my team.
Yep.
We've had, porn star Jimmy and, Flapper Dink, or, Waffle Peck, or, Squidward, or, we had a guy who took knees and was an ass to everybody. We had Mr. Game Manager and Alex Smith, who was a good guy, but just loved to just throw 1 yard check down passes. And now we got the whole package, last pick of the draft. Please, Brock, do America a favor. Do the world a favor and win this Super Bowl. This is David versus Goliath.
Yeah.
This is everything that we could possibly want in a Super Bowl. Like you said the other day, I said, Jake, everybody's picking the Chiefs. And you said, yep, you gotta beat the best to be the best. And you know what? I would rather face the Chiefs than anybody, because we have the chance. Then there's no excuses. If Brock Purdy goes out and beats Patrick Mahomes, he has cemented himself as one of the greats and the third quarterback in 49er history to win a Super Bowl.
I like it. What's going to happen?
49ers win this one 31-27.
Oh, a 4-point game. Okay.
4-point game.
Okay.
Brock Purdy gets it done in the fourth quarter, unlike Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah. I mean,
and my heart is going to need CPR or something, because this is going to be the longest.
Yes, it's going to be the longest
4 hours of my life.
Yes, it definitely will be.
Yes.
This one definitely has way more weight, I think, attached to it for the Niners than 2019 did. Just with everything going in, all the scrutiny that Brock has been getting in, all the hype that's surrounding the Niners, all just everything. Basically, nobody seems to want to see the Niners do good, which is very weird. But I mean, they're here. They've done it. They've answered the bell. They've answered the call. They basically checked every single box to get to where they need to be, which is the Super Bowl against the defending champions. And yeah, there's no better. There is no better, opportunity than to win the Super Bowl, but beat the defending champions. Because yeah, exactly. You want to be the man, you got to beat the man. So, it's all on the table. It is all on the table. Luckily for Brock, it's his first time in the Super Bowl. So we don't have Brandon's theory going against him just yet. So, it's time. It is time for BCB to step up and lay it on the table one last time. Brandon, what was the score of that 2019 Super Bowl there?
31-20 Chiefs.
31-20. Well, the Niners have been behind every step of the way this playoffs. So, how poetic. Let's just call it poetic justice. That, of course, BCB is down by 10. Late third, heading into the fourth. And what does BCB do? Oh, well, he lays it out just like Drake, and he shows everybody what a god dang missile this guy has. And he not only leads the comeback, but he wins the Super Bowl and goes on to claim Super Bowl MVP. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl 58 will be won by the San Francisco 49ers with a score of 31-20 in the exact same fashion that the Chiefs won it. There's going to be a late toss to Debo. He's going to make a miracle catch to save the drive, and it's all going to be history from there. Christian McCaffrey's going to take the ball, shove it down their throats, score the touchdown. Niners win the Super Bowl. It's right there. It is right there. It is within their grasp yet again. I expect George Kittle to have a big game. I think Christian McCaffrey is guaranteed to have a big game, right? That's going to be a key.
I was going to say, I think Christian McCaffrey is going to be Super Bowl MVP.
Okay, I like it. CMC. You got CMC. I like it. If it's Kansas City Chiefs, we know it's going to be Patrick Mahomes, so we don't even need to talk about that. A lot on the line for legacy goes. Kyle Shanahan can solidify himself as a top-tier head coach with this Super Bowl victory right here. John Lynch would easily solidify himself as a top-tier general manager if he was able to get this Super Bowl victory. And then Brock Purdy, just like Brandon has stated before, in his first Super Bowl, wins it. Usually means you're going back and you're going to win it again, or you may lose it, but you're going back. So buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be one hell of a game. We got Usher to entertain us at halftime. Only in Vegas. The show that should be put on is immeasurable. Hopefully, Bill Benovich has his crap together and is not giving games away to the Kansas City Chiefs. But
how could you do that again, man? How could you guy the same with this matchup? Like couldn't you pick somebody? It's the same matchup.
It's a new dawn. It's dawn of a new era in the NFL. That's going to do it for this edition of Meat on the 50 Super Bowl Picks edition. There's only one thing left to do, and that is let these guys play the game and decide the outcome. But before that happens, Brandon, any last words for your team, for your people, Niner Empire. I mean, we're only a few days away.
I mean, it feels like the biggest marathon of my life. I mean, I have been through the ups and downs with this team my whole entire life, from Candlestick to Terrell Owens dancing with the pom poms with the cheerleaders, to watching the catch with Vernon Davis against the Saints, to obviously before that was Singletary, Mike Nolan. I mean, Tim Rattay, to the JT O'Sullivans of the world. Obviously getting to see Jeff Garcia play was wonderful. Going to Alex Smith being one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, to being a top 15 quarterback, to him getting hurt, to, Cap coming in and just balling out that year, just destroying the Green Bay Packers in the divisional game, and obviously throwing a pick six to start the game, and then coming back and just beating them 42-24, to the next year, to traveling to Lambeau, to traveling to Carolina, then to traveling to Seattle and being one play away from going, and Navarro Bowman tearing his ACL, and that game ending the way it did, the Super Bowl ending the way it did, with the power going out and us almost coming back, and then them handing it to LaMichael James instead of Frank Gore, and just Jerome Boger being what, and then obviously that's a penalty, and then obviously the 49ers going through the Chip Kelly and the James Gandolfini era, obviously not doing anything there, and then going to with the Chip Kelly season from us winning 2 games against the Rams and losing against everybody else. And then the Kyle Shanahan first season, we were 0-10. I remember the team Joe Staley, the whole team just celebrating because we won our first game against the Giants with CJ Beathard. Everybody was having a party in the locker room, and everybody at work that they were Raider fans, and they were like, that's pathetic that we were celebrating. And I was like, I don't even care. Like, we got our first win. To Jimmy G leading us to 5 games, to Jimmy G the next year tearing his ACL, the heartbreak. Nick Mullen starting, bad season. We come back. We get so close. We lose the Super Bowl. Next year is COVID. We're playing it was like there were no fans. There was smoke on the field. We couldn't even see the players. We didn't make the playoffs. Next year, we did everything that we could to get into the playoffs. We barely beat the Rams in the last game, got in. Went to Dallas, beat Dallas, went to Green Bay and the frozen tundra, beat them by 13-10. We're up 17-7, and we end up giving 13 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. Jaquowski Tart dropping an interception. To last year, to high hopes with Trey Lance, to him getting hurt, to Jimmy, to Brock Purdy was freaking 4th string behind Nate Sudfeld. He battled Nate Sudfeld, got the 3rd string quarterback. Trey Lance gets hurt in game 2. Jimmy G gets hurt against the Dolphins. We don't know what's going on. Brock Purdy comes in, didn't miss a beat, gets us the 2nd seed. We beat Seattle, then we beat Dallas, then we have a chance, and that all happens to now. I want this more than anything I've ever wanted in my life. I don't care. I literally have everything that I could want. I have my good health. I have a job. I have a roof over my head. I have a good family. I have friends. There is nothing more that I want than for this 49ers team. This would mean more to me than anything. Brock Purdy, last pick in the draft, coming in and getting revenge for all the pain that I've had. This would take away everything. There is nothing more that I want in my entire life. The 49ers winning this game would mean everything to me, and I would be completely satisfied for the rest of my entire life if they could just win this game. That is all I want. Could it be too good to be true?
Maybe.
We're going to find out. But I like that we have another chance. And let's just hope
still dancing
that Sunday night we're FaceTiming each other And it's
like it's happiness.
And we're talking about and we're talking about just the future, just the statue that they potentially are going to build for this guy. The fact that he's 24 and just won a Super Bowl, and that the 49ers are going to potentially be back for more.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
No, but I'm saying, like, let's hope that that's where the conversations are going. Let's hope that that's where the conversation is going, because if they lose this, it is going to be absolutely devastating.
No, I hear you. Yeah, I mean, the time has come. Not much more needs to be said. All that is left is for the game to go down. That's going to do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. We are done with our picks for the year. We have a review episode coming. We have a fantasy, or we have a draft episode coming. And then we have a free agency episode coming. But we are done with the 2023-2024 NFL season. Hopefully, we will come back to you celebrating with all Niners fans, with all NFL fans who want anybody but the Chiefs. And for Chiefs fans, good luck. If you go back to back, I mean, Pat basically is, Pat's definitely on that, Troy Aikman, Terry Bradshaw, Joe Montana arc. I'm not going to say he's on the TB arc yet until he gets 4. If he wins back to back to back, then maybe, but 3, we'll see what happens. I mean, man, oh man, what an accomplishment for Pat and that team. I mean, taking that team to the Super Bowl, defending his Super Bowl title. I mean, the man's gifted. The man is gifted. That's going to do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. I am Jacob Cutler, one half of the Sports Guys. He is Brandon Sullivan, the other half of the Sports Guys. And until our Super Bowl review episode, go Niners, baby. Brandon and Jake, we're out.